I've been reading a book full of wedding speech one-liners, none of which I've actually used, but it states the type of speech that everyone should give. The father of the bride is the straight man. He should be kind and loving in his speech. The groom, well, he's expected to be middle of the road, amusing but careful not to upset the bride. And the best man, but he thinks he's a wit, and he's probably half right. Well, our speeches are nothing like that. So please do try and keep up with the humour, because we don't have time to stop for each laugh. I'm under orders from the wife. To make this sound sincere. I don't think there's anything that I can say that can really express our thanks. Firstly, we'd like to thank you all for coming. I know that many of you have driven a long way to get here, but that's what you get for following one of my dad's maps. We'd also like to thank you for all the presents. There's very little left that we're wanting for. You may have noticed, of course, the seating order has been arranged by value of gift. There'll be a bucket for a collection by This seating order is actually why the parents are on the top table. After all, they are the event sponsors. So, we must thank the parents. John has given the most, even resorting to selling body parts for the wedding. His hair being first to go. So if it wasn't for Sandra, there would be no cake, and Amanda and Steffi would be naked right now. My parents have given us a great deal also, spending both time and money on our house, particularly with help digging in the garden, which still resembles the song. And we've got a few little gifts to thank them. Hopefully. I'd also like to thank my best man, John, for giving me away, something my parents have been planning for years. And especially would like to thank John for the tickets to America. Thanks, of course, also go to Andrew, Phil and Pete for ushering. Finally, I must toast the bridesmaids. But in the absence of a lighter, please give your chairs a rest. That means be upstanding. The glasses have already been charged to John. So please raise your glasses to the bridesmaids. The bridesmaids. We may think that that was all. Bill, do you care to come out? Requiring that and that. Here we go. The opening statement. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, you may not know that a crime was committed today. It was a crime of passion. The victim, of course, is the groom, and the accused is among us, the former Miss Lynn Sandra Jagger. She stands accused of love and marriage in the first degree. It is a serious accusation. Once the evidence has been heard, you must decide whether the now Miss Lynn Sandra Carr is guilty as charged. You must also decide whether she acted alone or acted with the assistance of one or more of the parties. Should it be necessary, the sentence will then be passed. And I call upon the clerk of the court, that's you, Phil, to call the first witness to the stand and swear them in on the 1949 Aeromodeler Annual.
Right, I call Amanda Bittleston to take the stand. Please place your right hand. Here will do. Please place your right hand on the book and say after me. I swear to tell the truth.
I swear to tell the truth.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Sorry. The whole truth and nothing but the answers Stephen is fishing for.
The whole truth and nothing but the answers Stephen is fishing for.
There we go. Amanda Bittlestone. Would you call yourself a good friend of the former Miss Jagger? Would you lie to make her feel better if need be? May I remind you of the occasion when you went out clubbing and you both got drunk? Lynn got sick and threw up. So you told her that you were sick too to make her feel better and less unwell? Well, you just admitted under oath to lying. Does that really make you a good witness for her defence? You can go 50-50 or phone a friend. What I'm trying to establish is whether the accused was of sound mind when she made her vows this afternoon. Were these premeditated actions? No answer.
Answer withheld.
But are you really the ideal person to give an answer regarding the state of mind of the accused? Bearing in mind that at work, and Roger could probably testify to this, both of you make up silly songs about hamsters and trees, and give items of clothing names, such as Bernard and Albert. No further questions, you may be seated. Call the next witness.
I call Alex Basie to take the stand. Please place your right hand on the book and say after me.
Down here.
I swear to tell the truth.
I swear to tell the truth,
The whole truth.
the whole truth,
And nothing but the answer Stephen is fishing for.
and nothing. No, I can't say that.
You've known the former Miss Jagger for quite some time, have you not?
I have.
How long exactly?
Since we were 7.
Long time. You must therefore know the personality of the accused quite well.
Yeah.
Would you say that she's decisive, and when she sets herself a goal, she achieves it?
Most of the time, yes.
Will the accused work in partnership with others to achieve her aims?
Definitely.
Would you also say that the accused can be led astray by peer pressure?
Oh,
Before you
absolutely.
answer,
I'm guilty.
may I remind you of several guy camps and several more bottles of Archers? I thought so. Thank you, I think you told us all we need to know. Next witness, please.
I call Sandra Jagger to take the stand.
Somebody did.
I'm not lost.
I swear to tell the truth.
I swear to tell the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the answer Stephen's fishing for.
No, he's still with me, money.
I suspect the former Miss Jagger has been planning this crime for in excess of 10 years. Would you agree?
No.
Is it not true that the accused has chosen the design of her wedding cake many years before the groom came on the scene? And that you agreed to make and decorate the cake?
Yes.
You did indeed make the cake.
I did.
It would seem by your own admission that you were an accessory to this crime. Did you or did you not make both the bridesmaids' dresses and, with the assistance of the accused, find a suitable venue for the reception?
I did.
I don't think we need to ask any more. Virtually give us a signed confession. Next witness, please.
I call Pam Carr.
Of course, you know what's coming.
What?
Louder, louder.
The whole truth
The whole truth.
and nothing but what he's after.
Nothing but we are. No.
You could be in contempt of court here, so be careful. Now, also, you've known the groom for some time now. How long to the nearest year?
Oh, I can't get it here. No. About 30 plus a little bit.
Will do. In that time, has he ever been led to the altar before? Ever been led to the altar before?
Not to my knowledge.
Good. Is it true that you have aided the accused at every opportunity in order to get the groom to leave home?
Yes.
Would you say that the accused has changed the groom in the 5 years that she has known him?
For the better, yes.
The next question, for the better. So you've already agreed to that. So you support her actions.
Yes.
This also makes you an accessory to this crime. You're seated. Next witness.
I call Stuart Carr.
Not guilty. Whatever it is. Silence.
I swear to tell the truth.
I swear to tell the truth if I feel like it.
Hang on.
It would appear that we already have several co-conspirators in this trial. Perhaps we have another. Would it be fair to assume that you've known the groom a similar number of years to that which Mrs. Carter stated?
Yes, 30 plus.
In that time, would you agree that the groom showed a strong obsession with railways and aviation?
Agreed.
Would you therefore agree that since the accused came onto the scene 5 years ago, the groom has been changed and doesn't devote a similar proportion of his time to the aforementioned activities?
Slightly less.
However, you supported her actions, which hardly makes you innocent now, does it?
I did support her.
You have benefited from huge material gains from this crime, haven't you?
Yes, the telephone bill's gone down.
I can clarify further. Is it true that you now have an empty garage that was previously occupied by a large trailer?
I do.
Having the groom leave home has resulted in you being able to claim or reclaim about 50% of the house.
Yes?
That would be correct? No further questions? You may be seated.
I might tell the truth, right?
John Jagger. How long have you known the accused?
23 years.
In that time, would you say that she was an achiever and determined?
Oh, yes.
Do you think that the former Miss Jagger has gone into this marriage at her own choice?
Oh, yes.
I don't think she has. I believe that you, Mr. Jagger, were a major driving force in this crime and were prepared to go to extreme measures to see that it succeeded. Is it true that in order to finance this operation, you instituted the conversion of Northern Rock Building Society? Think carefully about your answer, because I do believe you already have a confession from the engagement party.
Yes and yes.
Is it true the room previously occupied by the accused is now to be converted into a study?
It is true, yes.
So therefore you have material gains?
Absolutely.
You are facing huge monetary savings also.
Yes.
Now the accused has left home. I'm reliably informed that your accident insurance premiums have been
Oh, yes.
dramatically cut. Surely this alone was incentive enough to collaborate on this venture.
Yes.
Thank you. No further questions. You may be seated. Well, members of the jury, to conclude before your deliberation, the accused, Mrs. Lynn Sandra Carr, appears to have plotted this crime for several years. She has either knowingly or unwittingly recruited 4 other people to assist with this venture, and all have been willing to assist. You must now decide, but bear in mind that I have the power to overrule your decision unless you give me the right answer. Are both sets of parents guilty of being accessories to this crime of passion? All that say yes, raise your hands. Thank you. Is Lynn Sandra Carr guilty of love and marriage in the first degree? All in favor? Guilty. I now pass sentence. Clerk of the court, call the accused to rise.
Lynn Sandra Carr, John and Sandra Jagger, Stuart and Pam Carr, please stand for sentencing.
John, Sandra, Stuart, and Pam, for your actions in support of this crime, throughout this land, you have to become known as in-laws. Lynn Sandra Carr, you have been found guilty of love and marriage in the first degree. The sincerity of your actions give me no other choice but to admit that I am also guilty. Now sentence, life together, starting now.